Hi Aquarius, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your mid-December 2022 love reading. Thank you to those of you who liked, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all of that. And for those of you new to the channel, as far as what we have in front of us, it's what I call the bridge and the gap spread. And the way it works is we'll look at the past, present, and future energies between you and your main love interest. Once we get through all that, we'll pull some oracle cards as well to get some additional insight, and that's where the bridge and the gap dynamic comes into play. And as far as the decks being used, on the left side we have the Lover's Path Tarot, on the right side we have the Romantic Tarot. And also keep in mind it's a general reading, so I'm going to be referring to the cards on the left as your energy and the cards on the right as the other person's. If you feel like it's the other way around in your situation, then trust that. Alright, so with all that away, we'll get started. Past energy on your side, we have the Five of Arrows. So this is actually an Aquarius energy here, but obviously it's one of the more combative types energies. If we see there, she's actually holding on to three of the arrows, and we see two just a bit more out in the open. They seem to be floating in the air. But to me, her holding those three arrows makes me think the three of arrows or three of swords energy, right? So it could just be pointing to potentially in the past you might have had some wounding that you hadn't necessarily healed from, and through that wounding it might have been actually causing issues in your other connections. And we even see the angelic figure there, right? Which is to me a symbol that you were probably being shown the way to heal that wound, but for the time being in the past, you weren't necessarily letting it go. All right, past energy on their side, we have the Six of Swords. So also Aquarius energy here. But obviously, Six energy is a much more balanced energy, and we could see from the artwork, right, it looks a lot more harmonious. So it could just be one of those things where maybe the two of you had some kind of conflict together, right? And what this could be saying is maybe this person was ready to try to move past it, right, and work together, whereas you maybe felt like, the battle wasn't over necessarily, right? So you might have been trying to get one up on this person, something along those lines there. All right, present energy on your side, we have the Three of Cups. So definitely a much more positive energy here, right? This energy usually points to celebration, usually connecting with friends, friends that you've had for a long time, possibly even siblings, but definitely an energy of celebration in general. For some of you, even though this is a mid-December reading, this could be pointing to the Cancer full moon we're going to have in early January too, so just be on the lookout for that. All right, present energy on their side, we have the Death card. So yeah, they might have viewed that Five of Swords energy from you guys as possibly an ending to the connection, right? So whereas you may not have been seen that way, or quite frankly, maybe that's your Three of Cups energy now, right? Where you push the connection away, now you're out going out with friends and just doing your own thing, right? So maybe for some of you did want to end the connection. But even if you didn't, it looks like that's how they're perceiving it either way. All right, future energy on your side, we have the Queen of Coins. So this is actually a Capricorn energy here. And to me, especially given that for you guys, Capricorn energy is your 12th house. I don't know why this won't focus, but could just be saying that you guys actually might want to actually rebuild the connection with them in the future, but I don't necessarily think that you're going to express that to them, right? You might just kind of hope for them to come toward you and restore the connection. So that's what I see with that. All right, future energy on their side, we got a few cards. We have the Four of Wands, the Page of Cups, and the Devil reversed. So I can see this playing out a couple different ways. With the Four of Wands, yes, it does look like they might actually want to restore the connection with you down the line as well. So yeah, this could definitely just be some kind of a conflict you guys had. Maybe it got a little bit out of hand. Maybe right now you guys aren't on the same page, but you might be able to restore the balance there. With the Page of Cups energy, I feel like this is saying that they might want to be the ones to extend the olive branch first, but then with the Devil in reverse, I feel like this is saying that they might actually hold themselves back from doing that. Because in this context, I see it more as taking an action. So something to keep in mind there, right? So it could just be one of those things where you guys might end up in a standoff a little bit because it looks like you're hoping for them to come back to restore the balance and the connection, and then it looks like they might want to, but especially, for example, if the last thing between the two of you was your Five of Swords energy, then they might have the expectation that the ball's in your court to restore the balance. So I'll just be mindful of that. It doesn't look like they wouldn't want to reconnect, but if you feel like it's taken them a long time to come back around, could be that's the reason why they're expecting you to come forward first. All right, bottom of the deck, we have Power. This is actually the equivalent of the Emperor in traditional tarot, which is Aries energy. So yeah, could just be saying that this is how you see this person, right? You feel like the two of you together, when you're functioning well, right, could really be a bit of a power couple. But with the Emperor energy too, could just be saying on another end that could be you guys digging your feet in, right, and wanting them to come to you. All right. Bottom of the deck on their side, we have the Six of Pentacles. So this is another energy that points to restoring balance. So yeah, like I said, at the very least, it does look like they're open to it. For some of you, maybe they will be the first ones to try to initiate that. But like I said, for others of you, if you see that it's taking them a while to come back around, that might be a sign for you there that, okay, it's not that they're not open to reconnecting, but more of they feel like, well, if you were the one who created that Five of Swords environment in the past, it might be on you to be the one to extend the olive branch this time. And this could just be saying that maybe they have some kind of artistic abilities too. So maybe that's obviously you'd recognize if that was the case for you guys. But yeah, we do see art here, music there, right? So maybe you guys connect through the art or music as well. But yeah, maybe that's just the case for some of you. And next we'll move on to the Oracle cards for us to see what we get from Aqua Moonlight deck here. And I did pre-shuffle this deck before we started recording, but what I'm looking for here is unspoken messages from you to them, and then from them to you. And initially I'll look for jumpers, but if I shuffle for a while and anything coming up, I actually just put the deck down and pull cards that way. So we'll see what we get. Yeah, nothing's coming up. So what I'll do is let me just put the deck down, give me a few seconds to tune in, we'll just pull a card that way. Okay, I'll take this one, and now we'll see what we get from them to you. Oh, got one there. All right, so on your side, we have letter. It says, I'll be writing you a message, and doesn't want to focus for some reason. But yeah, so this could be an indicator that you guys might be eventually the ones to reach out first, right? So like I said, it looks like at least for a little while, the two of you are both going to be waiting for Dara to come forward. But this could be an indicator that eventually you guys will be the ones to reach out. And on their side, we have confusion. I don't know. So yeah, that would make sense as far as, like I said, you might not have intended to end the connection outright, but given that we see the death card in the present position, whatever the situation was, it looks like they might have perceived it as the connection was over this time. So that could be where the confusion lies there, where, you know, like I said, there's their openness to reconnect, but they might feel like whatever you've done in the past ended the connection. So something to keep in mind there. All right, and lastly, we'll pull a card from the Wisdom Oracle deck. Same situation as far as I pre-shuffled this deck as well. But here I'm just looking for one card with general advice to wrap the reading up with. Alright, and that does want to go back in the deck, so let's see what that is. Alright, we have clean it up. Oh yeah, I mean, just seeing that And reading that part there alone makes me feel like that could be what this is pointing to, right? Where, like I said, it looks like there was some kind of conflict where maybe it got a little bit out of hand, and now it's just a matter of restoring the balance in the connection. But we'll see what the actual book says for that. Okay, the relationship message says time to clear the air, take a look at your side of the street, and say what's on your mind. Sweep away the old stuff so that a spring breeze can flow through with new energy. It's the perfect time to do an inventory of your dynamics and see what's yours and what's not yours to clean up the relationship. Everyone brings some baggage. Sort through what you brought with you and let go of what is no longer needed. Become unencumbered and your relationship will flourish. So yeah, the baggage thing makes me think of what we were talking about with the 5 of Arrows energy in the past. I mean, for what it's worth, like I said, it looks like you guys might already be out of that, but it's just a matter of now you're wanting them to come to you first versus you extend the olive branch. So, hope it ever resonated with you guys. We'll wrap up there, and I'll see you all next month. All right, bye.